Hi guys, it's Ali here. Just a quick update. I'm 4 days post-op. Today's the 27th of May, 19. Oh my goodness, 19. What century am I in? I'll start again. Hi guys, it's Ali here. Today is the 27th of May, 2018. I had my surgery at Gosford Private Hospital. My surgeon was Dr. Wong. I had gastric sleeve surgery. That was on Wednesday, the 23rd of May. So everything's going really well. Really keen just to take you through what I've experienced over the last few days. I was operated on at 1 p.m. in the afternoon, so I was able to have an Optifast shake in the morning before 7. Then I was able to have clear fluid until 10:30 a.m. that day for the scheduled operation at 1 p.m. The preparation was all really good. The anaesthetist was lovely. The anaesthetic nurse was wondering or mentioned that he'd never seen anybody smile so much. So I think I was just a little bit excited to have the surgery. Coming out of surgery, apparently I was in recovery for a while. I'm not sure why. I heard them, when they did the handover, I heard them mention something about why I was there, but it didn't mean much to me. Pain levels on the first night, I was given morphine via injection and I was on a drip where I was given Panadol and fluids, intravenous fluids. I basically woke up every 3 hours, went to the loo, got another injection, and then I went back to sleep. The next morning, they started me on actual fluid, drinking fluid. I have to say, the next morning I was a bit scared about them taking away the drip, but that's what they do, but they don't do it until you have drinking fluid quite well. So I wasn't doing so well on that. I was really, really tired, and actually I slept a lot of the day. Actually sent hubby home. He came up to visit and actually sent him home because I was just so tired. I just wanted to sleep. So on that first day, which was Thursday after the surgery, I was asked to take one of my medications. I'm on Zoloft, an antidepressant, and those tablets aren't very big at all. I was given the Somac intravenously that morning as well as Panadol, but they wanted me to swallow a tablet. And I have to say that taking the first tablet was just it was horrible. Like I wasn't vomiting, I wasn't crying in pain. I was fairly unsettled though, and I kept like spitting up. Like it was really weird. It was clear bubbly fluid, and it was just like it wasn't a vomit, it wasn't dry reaching or anything like that. It was just like I had to spit. The nurses told me that was normal, and that was horrible. I got a little bit upset then. I was a little bit, not what have I done, but yeah, that really unsettled me. Then they asked me if I wanted some Panadol, and I said yes, and they offered me a tablet, and I said no, which was a bit naughty, but path of least resistance was what I wanted, which isn't always opportune. Or the best option. But anyway, I had liquid Panadol. I got it down, and I kept on liquid Panadol until I left the hospital day 2 post-op. Walk. A lot of the other ladies were walking a lot before me. I was a bit slow on that, and I don't know if it's because I didn't want to or refused to. I just felt for me sleep was more important. So the day after surgery, when a lot of the ladies actually went home, and also like they were taken off their drip earlier in the day and they were moving quite well, I was just, I was slower. So I slept, had the drip, And then the following day I knew I was going home, and I was up and around, and yeah, that's what happened. I have 5 cuts in my belly. Now, a lot of this stuff I've mentioned before in live videos I did on my Facebook page, which is of the same name, Ali's Bariatric Journey. And I've got photos there. It's easier, obviously, to pop up photos of things than trying to lift your shirt and show your tummy on a video. Who knows what you might see. But yeah, so over on my Facebook page, I've got a photo of my belly, and there's some live videos as we go through those last couple of days. Fluid intake, by the time I got home, when I was controlling it myself, was much better. I was given a whole stack of 30 ml medicine cups at the hospital. Dr. Wong was very insistent. 30 mils of liquid, 15 minutes apart for 4 weeks. So that's how he wants everything done and eaten. I was on clear liquids until today. And then from today, I'm on full and free liquid. So anything that's a liquid, in liquid consistency, I can have. So I did an Optifast shake this morning, and it took me, 6 hours, I think it was 5 or 6 hours to actually drink 200 mils of Optifast shake vanilla. But I got it down and did a happy dance. In between that, I had a few little sips of water and apple juice and things. The worst time for me, I'll go back a step. The pain isn't really that bad at all. Like, you've had your stomach removed, you've got 5 cuts in your tummy right down through to your organs, and yet the pain, there really isn't any. And if there is, it's controlled with Panadol. I had Panadol every 4 hours religiously yesterday, and then today I sort of didn't, but I have had some, so I'll probably have some before I go to bed. But for me, the worst time are the mornings. I've been waking up about 3 o'clock in the morning with a very sore back, feeling very uncomfortable in my tummy, which I've realised was nausea. So I get up at, last 2 mornings I've been up about 3 a.m. And I take my tablets. Now, I'm still on 2 blood pressure medications in the morning, a Zoloft, which is the antidepressant, and a Somac, which is the prescribed reflux medication. But I was actually on that anyway, so that was part of my daily routine prior to surgery. And then obviously Panadol, I think that's about it. So what's that, 5 tablets, or I think 6 if you include the Panadol. So if you can have a tablet with fluid and then you have to wait 15 minutes to take the anti-nausea and the Somac, that takes half an hour. Then you add in one of the blood pressure medications, that's 45 minutes. So I can, 45 minutes, I do about 3 and I just sip water and get it down with that. Then my back and neck and my headaches, my thoracic spines, I've got osteoarthritis, and it's not very happy. A lot was masked, I must say, by the Mobic I was taking, which was why I was taking it. But yeah, I probably should have, woulda, coulda, if I had done Pilates or whatever, but who had time for that? But now I'll make time for it. But anyway, so things are pretty bad in the morning. So once I've had 3 tablets, which is the anti-nausea, the Somac, and one of the 2 blood pressure medications I have to take, I go and have a boiling hot shower and just try and loosen my back. And I try and stay quiet until about 5 o'clock. And then I wake hubby up and he has to rub, it's a product called Sudox. It's a natural, it's like deep heat, but it doesn't have heat. So it's an anti-inflammatory natural rub for arthritic pain, sore joints, muscles, etc. I love it. Actually, we were put onto it by a physiotherapist and we use it for everything. It's awesome. And I've also got an handheld ultrasound machine, which physios tend to use ultrasound to reduce inflammation and help healing, I think. So when I was having a lot of troubles with, well, the things I'm still having troubles with, we bought one from Harvey Norman. And so I get him to do my back with that in the mornings. Then if I can, I go back to sleep. If not, I just walk and walk and walk. And from relaxing, and then if things aren't going as they should, the last 2 mornings I have taken a muscle relaxant. I was actually given some Valium by a doctor to help with back spasms when I had a torn disc in my lumbar spine. So I will have one of those in the morning just to try and release my back, so that, yeah, I can like focus on something else other than that. And so then I might be able to go back to sleep, and then I wake up and it's the day. Today I got all dressed out of my nightie and my dressing gown, which has been the last few days on Facebook, and went and visited my mum and dad, and they were very, very pleased to see me. But I didn't last very long. I was a bit unsettled there, but I think it might have been the introduction of the Optifast shake. And one was, I think, I'm pretty sure I made a mistake, or I decided not to remember that I was making a mistake. What I would do is a timer would go off. I use a timer to set my 15 minutes for my fluids. So what I'd do is the timer would go off and I'd reset it, and I'd just drink. I mean, sipping 30 mils at this point. I should I now, after today, know I should do it maybe in 3 sips, but I've been sort of doing it in 2. And then I set the timer and I take the sips, and then 15 minutes later I have more. Minus the time it's taken me to drink. Yeah, I'm rambling a bit, but if you get the gist, what I should do is the timer goes off, I have a drink, do it slowly, maybe take a minute to do the 30 mils, maybe, I'll see, and then reset the timer for 15 minutes. So that's what I'm going to be doing when I realised I was doing it wrong this afternoon. I've started fixing that up. So that's liquids. My absolute saviour was when I made some mincemeat stew casserole, and I put a lot more beef stock in than I should have, and I cooked it and cooked it and cooked it. It had every possible root vegetable in it, and it had, lots of onions and carrots and whatever. But before I was ready to start reducing it, I actually spooned off the stock from that. So that was my absolute pleasure and saviour yesterday and today. My biggest failure so far, massive failure, was that I bought the 0 carb Isopure protein powder, and I was convinced. I reread the packet today, or the huge container today, and I was convinced it was a protein water. It was apple and melon, and I can hear everyone going, "Oh," as I say that. It wasn't. It was a milky apple and melon, and unbelievable. I tried. I got 30 mils down, but I was like dry reaching, and that's not really good for your tummy. So it's got the lid on it. It's back in the cupboard, and I'm going to source some protein water, or something. I'm going to do a bit more research on what I'm going to decide on to get my protein in, because with a whole Optifast shake today, I've still only got 20 grams of protein. So I want to start focusing on that. I do have the High Vita liquid multivitamin, which I took 1 dose of yesterday. And because I was focusing on getting the Optifast shake down, I haven't had any High Vita, but it's 5:21, so the night is still young. So I'll have my liquid multivitamin tonight. Yes. So it's funny. It's a job. Like, it's actually you're ruled by this 15-minute timer. But I like it. Like, it's not, I'm so happy I've had this surgery, and I've lost weight. So my heaviest weight was back in November 2017 when I weighed 120 kilograms. I'm 5'5". I think it's 160 something centimeters tall. And I weighed 120 kilos back in November. That was post holiday, so that came off a couple of weeks, and I was back down to around 118. The morning I went to see Dr. Wong on the 19th of March this year, 2018, in the morning after a wee and no clothes on, I was 116 kilos. And then when I went into surgery, I was bouncing around between 108.9 and 109.9. I hadn't lost any weight in that last week of OptiFast. It was bouncing around. So I wasn't really going to weigh myself this week, but I felt skinny, tummy's gone. I'm not bloated and puffy, so I felt skinny. So I got on the scales this morning and I'm 107.8. Now that's the lightest I've been in over 2 years, which is really exciting because a lot of the winter clothes I pulled out before I had surgery weren't going to fit me. And I was like, a couple of weeks and they might fit me again. But yeah, they fit me now. And the most exciting thing that happened today is I have my wedding, eternity and engagement ring on. They haven't fit me for, a year and a half, maybe a year. And I don't like not wearing them. They're pretty special. So I've got those on today and I've been, fussing around thinking I'm gorgeous. Bit of makeup, bit of hair, proper clothes, not my dressing gown. So it's been a nice day. And funnily enough, for someone who always thought they were or could be, well, I don't know. Some people might say lazy, or I might say lazy. Other people probably do tend to argue. But anyway, I've been going a bit stir crazy today because I feel good, but I can't do a lot. So I've been knitting and I've been colouring in these little canvas things I bought to put up in the spare room in the house. Anyway, yes, very silly stuff, but it's been really relaxing and I feel really, really good. Hubby's going to work tomorrow, back full on. So obviously I'm well enough to be able to look after myself at home, just can't drive. I think in the literature I got from Dr. Wong, you can drive 5 days after surgery. So that's tomorrow. But yeah, I still feel a bit stiff. I probably wouldn't drive tomorrow. Pardon me, I've noticed today I've had hiccups a bit and like quite hurting ones. But I think that's to do with possibly not maintaining exactly 15 minutes from finishing some liquid to starting some liquid. So I had my sad, emotional, miserable day yesterday. Well, for a period. You'll see on Facebook I'm all teary when I talk about stuff. And yeah, it passed really, really quickly though. So that was a great thing. I've been talking for a long time. I suppose I had a lot to say and catch up on. So I guess that's it for today. I'm doing really, really well. So I'm swallowing tablets now. It's not distressful at all. So thank goodness, because I need to get quite a few down, as I said. So that's it. Sunday night. It'll be Monday in a minute. But have a good night, everyone, and a good week. And when I've got something to tell you, I'll check back in. Sorry, I did forget to say, on Full Fluids, I'm able to have, I think I said, didn't I, soups and liquids, shakes, smoothies, all that sort of stuff. So I've got some baby food. I checked the preservatives of baby food, and there's none. And if you look at like pureed fruit tin stuff that kids and adults can buy, it's got a lot more in it than actual baby food apple. So I spoke to the dietitian and I said apple and custard. She said custard yogurts. There's prune juice and stewed apple, that sort of stuff. So I'm not going to do it tomorrow. In a few days' time, I'm going to have some apple and custard, like we used to feed the kids, just for something different. I've got a whole batch of pumpkin soup cooked up. I've got some chicken soup. Oh, and it's really blended, like it is liquid. And even I made a chicken and vegetable soup, and that is absolutely pureed, like NutriBullet liquid. So in a few days, I'm going to try getting some of that down. And I'm going to do some research on Body's protein water and Flavourless protein water. And I've got a couple of samples here of the Isopure vanilla and chocolate protein drinks. So I'm going to have to get some of that through, because I figure if I can have a shake, an Optifast shake, and I can have a protein drink, that should be 70 grams of protein a day while I'm in this liquid phase. And then anything I might get from broths or pureed soups, and that will be a bonus, because I don't want to lose my hair, and I want to be healthy, and I want to have good skin, and I want to be vital. Anyway, don't we all? So that is all I need to say now. So have a good night, everyone, and I'll chat soon. Bye.